Hi, beautiful yogis, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mary Chris. I wanted to share with you guys what I do post my cycling activity. So, I also cycle a lot, and I found that yoga afterwards really helps release my shoulders and my neck, my psoas and my thighs, and my hamstrings, and my ankles as well. Join me for this practice. For this one, we're going to need a couple of blocks. This is just a rolled up rag. You can use a bolster if you have one. And this can also double up as a knee padding, but if you have like a yoga jelly or any rubber support for your knees, please get one. So before we begin, let us just try to prepare ourselves mentally and center our energy. So you can sit however feels comfortable for you. Just keep the spine erect. Maybe try to do a little bit of hip circles. Just move the body from the front and the back, concaving the spine. Just move according to how you feel. And a little bit of circles again. And centering once more. Make sure you feel that your sits bones are firmly rooted on the mat and your body is long and tall. Sit up straight. Hands relaxed on top of your thighs. You can have it open or you can put your palms down on your knees, whatever feels good for you. Gently close your eyes. Slightly dip the chin. So let's count 3 breaths in, 3 breaths out. So inhaling, 1, 2, 3, and exhaling for 3, 2, 1, and again, inhaling 3 counts, 1, 2, 3, exhale for 3, 2, 1, and one more time on your own. And the hands to prayer position at the center of the heart, still keeping your eyes closed. Let us chant the Om 3 times. Inhale. And gently open your eyes, palms back on top of your thighs. So let's start some wrist stretches. So regardless of what your bike is, your wrists will also get affected as you ride on your handlebars. So stretch out your wrists like so, pulling your fingers towards yourself, stretching the wrist. Try to move it up and down just a little bit, like gentle movements. Feel where it is most sore, most stretch, when and where it is happening on your body. So just take time and continue to breathe in a relaxed manner. And maybe you'd like some help with the ground. Just put your palms down. So the elbow crease should be facing away from you. Just gently lift the wrist up off the mat. Wrist up off the mat and then back to the mat. So gentle pulses like this. ride a folding bike, so there's no suspension on the fork. So when the road is rough and there are potholes and cracks, all the vibration travels from the wrist up to my body. So it might be the case also if you're on a road bike. And let's do it again on the other side. So stretching out your left arm, fingers pointing towards you, elbow crease away from you, and try to move the arm up and down just gently as you can, trying to make a feel of where the stretch is most happening in your body. So when the vibration travels from your handlebars to your wrists to your arms, it can cause some pain, some aches, and some sores. So it is important to stretch it out after you cycle, especially if you don't have a drop bar. It could be difficult in terms of the placement of your wrist. So again, let's put the palm down the floor and try to just do gentle pulses, which slow and gentle pulses, lifting the wrist up of the mat and coming back down. Elbow crease is facing away from you. Try to keep even the thumb down when you put the wrist down, but never force your body. If it's too painful, just don't go for the full contact on the mat. Remember, these are just gentle stretches. Never push yourself to do something you can't. Let's go to the neck. So usually the positioning of the body on your bike, whether you're leaning too forward, it could have a collapse on your trapezius muscles, and it could sore the muscles here at the back. So, and it also connects to the neck, so you might feel like you have a little bit of a neck problem, or sometimes it goes up back at the head, and you will also feel some sort of a stiff neck or a headache. So that's the reason why. So we need to stretch it out as well. So just in your relaxed sitting position, try to tilt your neck towards the left side and just breathe. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. As you exhale, feel that the gravity is moving the neck towards the opposite side, and the right shoulder is getting heavy. So in effect, we're creating more space between the neck and the shoulders. One last breath. And exhale. Let's come back to center. Feel how different it feels on this side. And let's do the other side. So inhaling. And let the head drop towards the right side. And this time, creating space between the left shoulder and the neck. So when you feel that your body is collapsing forward, try to come back again to center, opening the chest. It's a small movement, but it creates a lot of difference. So when your body collapses, even if you're trying to stretch the neck, it wouldn't mean difference. So let's try to open the chest. Open the chest. Keeping the body straight. Don't collapse the front body. One last breath in. And exhale, coming back to center. So this time, let's try to release the the neck from left to right. So inhaling, using your right fist, pushing the jaw a little bit, facing towards the left. And just releasing the muscles that connect your neck to your clavicle. If your body is collapsing while you're cycling, these muscles, the SEM muscles, will be collapsing. So this will help stretch it out. Stay for 2 more breaths, keeping the body center, sitting straight and tall, and come back to center. So it's just a light pressure on your cheek or on your jaw. So this time forming a fist with your left hand. Inhaling and exhaling, looking towards the right side. Remember to keep the body long and tall. Don't collapse the front body, so that we get the maximum stretch that we want, that we need. Stay for 3 more breaths. And with an inhale, coming back to center. How's that feel? And this time I want you to clasp the hands, the fingers, interlace again. Try to keep a micro bend on your elbow, feeling that both of the shoulder blades are touching together. Big inhale, and as you exhale, rooting both of the knuckles down, opening the chest, micro bend, just giving the stretch that the shoulders deserve. Just head in a neutral position, or if you feel like you want to give your neck some stretch backwards, feel free to tilt the head. But for me, I'd rather stay neutral. And keep engaging the shoulder blades together. Stay here for 3 more breaths. Back to your neutral spine. And this time, let's do a little bit of threading the needle, also good for your shoulders. So on all fours on your tabletop position, inhaling, lifting the right arm up and thread it across underneath the left shoulder. And you can lift the left arm up and hold towards the right side of the hips, or you could just keep the hand in front of you, stretch out. I will keep my hand on my hips because I feel like it's a good stretch also for my left shoulder. So keep your head down, ear down if you can. Just stretch the right shoulder. If you feel like your hips is moving to your left side, try to consciously pull it back so that it remains center, the right hip on top of the right knee. Stay here for 3 more breaths. Make every exhale long so that your body will feel relaxed. You're not in a state of hurry. And last breath. And then release. Coming back to your tabletop position. This time, stretching the left shoulder, lifting the left shoulder up, and threading underneath the right. Now, if you kept your hand stretched out in front of you, you should do so again on this side. Or if you were like me, you'd like to make a little bit of a shoulder opening on the right side,
feel free to twist and hold your left hip. And try to consciously move the front body open. Open it to the side wall. And at the same time, moving the left hip on top of the left knee so that it doesn't move towards the right. Stay for 3 more breaths. And inhale, coming back up to tabletop position. Spine is neutral. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow. So on your inhale, opening the chest, clavicle is open. Inhaling to cow. And exhaling, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away to cat pose. And again, swinging the body forward, shining the heart forward. Inhale. And exhale, pushing the floor away, rounding the back, belly button in, cat pose. One more time on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Also, what we tend to forget when we cycle is that the ankles are also doing work. So the power of the legs is also transmuted to your ankles so that you can push the pedal and pedal faster, right? So we also need to stretch our ankles. So I want you to sit in hero pose. So the knees are folded and you're sitting on top of your calf muscles and your toes are extended, pointing to the back. So the top of your feet are flat on the mat. And let's give our ankles some love. Now in this pose, you might want to get blocks to make it accessible for you and to give you the maximum stretch that you need. So I would recommend you get some blocks. Put it just beside your thighs. And on our inhale, we will push up, pushing the blocks away. So pushing the blocks away, we are now giving our metatarsals a stretch, and in turn stretching the ankles. Now if this feels a little bit intense for you, just try to move the knees forward and just a little bit of a lift. If you want some maximum stretch, you can put your blocks on the maximum height and push on your inhale and stretch your ankles. I can feel this. My ankles are kind of sore also. Yesterday we cycled for 14 kilometers approximately. And release. And let's do it again. Let's do it again for 2 more times. Okay, inhaling, lifting the knees up, stretching the ankles. Just push on your blocks for support. And exhale. One more time. Inhaling, lifting. And exhale. Wow, that felt good for me. And also what we need to stretch on our ankles are the sides. So we were able to stretch the tops. Let's also stretch the sides. And let's go to our Baddha Konasana pose. So if you have difficulty accessing this pose, you may use your blocks and put it on medium height. And just let your knees rest on top of the blocks as so. And keep your toes pressing together, so this will release the sides of the ankles and also release your hips. Now if you find this very easy, you might want to use the lowest position of the block, holding your ankles together in butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana position. And further, if you feel like your hips are already open, you may just want to get rid of the blocks and let your knees fall down to the sides, opening the hips.
you feel like there's pain in your knee, just go for the blocks. Or you might use pillows on the sides of your knees if you have pillows. And let's stay here for 5 breaths. You may want to close your eyes as well. With every breath, feel like your shoulders are moving down and back. Engage your core. Engaging your core will also help you in your cycling so that you can keep your balance better, and it also protects your lower back. So strong core muscles will help you prevent lower back pain, especially when you cycle. One last breath in and exhale. Release the toes and butterfly the legs out just to release. Okay, and stretch the legs out so, and release the legs by moving them, pedaling them. All right. And next, you might want to get your bolster, or in my case, I have my rolled up rag. And we were going to stretch our thighs. So just position your rag across your mat and let's be on our bellies. Make sure that your bolster or your mat is just directly on top of your thighs, just across your hip bone. Okay, and be on our Sphinx pose, so forearms down, head is in neutral position. And take just 2 breaths here, easy breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, grab the left arm, grabs the left ankle, and just keeping your forearms in front of you, try to pull the thighs closer to the ground, trying to leverage gravity and stretch the hips out, stretch the thighs out. Keep inhaling and stay here for 5 breaths. This is really good to stretch out the quad muscles and also the psoas muscles. The psoas muscles gets tight with every pedal, gets shorter as well. So this is really good to stretch out. Now if you feel a little pain in your knee, just don't go for the full stretch. You can stay here. If your knees bother you, you can just stay here and still get the full benefit, because the bolster or your rug is also helping press against your hips to stretch it out. If you want to further stretch, you can just pull the heels towards your bottom. It gives more stretch to your quads, but remember to always listen to your body. Never force yourself into a shape or a position that brings you pain. A little stretch is good, but pain is different. And release, releasing the left leg, releasing the arms. Left forearm comes down on the mat. Now this time, let's work on our right side. Inhaling and grabbing the ankle. And again, listen to your body. If you feel that you want to just stay here because the knee is getting irritated, just stay here and open the front body. This also helps open up the thoracic spine. You may be crunched down, especially if you're on a road bike
This opens the front body, doing opposite movements of when you were cycling or your cycling position. And if you want further stretch, again, you can move the heels closer to your bottom. Stay here for 3 more breaths. And then release. Coming back to your Sphinx pose. Opening the chest. Consciously moving the front body forward. Let the torsos down, flatten the mat. Keep your legs engaged so the kneecaps are off the floor. Little love for the thoracic spine. 2 more breaths. And push yourselves back up to downward dog. Lifting the hips up. And lifting the heels up. Stretching the arms forward. Maybe pedal the legs a little bit. And if you can, try to move the heels down. Pressing the heels down on the mat gives your hamstrings a good stretch. Stay here for 3 more breaths. And come down on all fours back to your tabletop. So shifting the legs in front of you. Keeping both the feet together, toes together, heels together. Moving the arms back. And then slowly lifting the body on an inhale. Keeping the body straight, engage your core. Tilt your head backwards. Remember, toes touching together. Keep pulling the body upward. 1 breath here. And exhale, come back down. And let's work some more on our glutes muscles and the psoas muscles. Now, if you have yoga jellies or you might want to use your bolster or rag, feel free to do so. So I'm going to use my yoga jellies for this one. And move your knee padding close to the wall, as close as you can. So you might want to start with about half a foot away from the wall and just test whether your glutes muscles or your thigh muscles can actually handle this. See if this is good for your body. Now, if you're okay with this, you might want to move your padding closer to the wall. When you move your padding closer to the wall, that gives you more stretch to your quads and the glutes. So I'm going to have mine close to the wall. When you have it close to the wall, you can feel the soles of the foot at the back of your hips. So just move the entire body in close contact to the wall. So feel your lower back pressing against the wall. Feel that your shoulders are also pressing against the wall. Keep your right knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Hands to the hips for balance. Prevent your back from arching too much like this. Keep the lower back engaged and close to the wall. So this will have maximum stretch on your psoas muscles. Stay here for 3 more breaths. And slowly release with the support of the wall. Moving the body down, carefully moving away from the wall. If this is the first time you have experienced this exercise, it might be very intense. So remember to always move very slowly. And this time, let's work on the right side. So you can see I'm moving very slowly. And again, always use the same position as you have on the other side. So if you started a little bit away from the wall, stay at that space for the right side. If you have your legs very close to the wall, you can feel your sole of the foot pressing against your lower back or your back hips. Then move the lower back close to the wall. Feel your shoulders touching the wall. You can use the wall for support. And hands on the hips. Stay here for 3 breaths. With every inhale and every exhale, feel that your psoas muscles are getting stretched. Your left knee is in a 90-degree position just to support your balance. And on your next breath, slowly walking the body forward, and again move slowly as you release the leg away from the wall. Just put the right knee on top of your knee support and extending the left leg in front of you for our half split. So hands on the hips, or if you have trouble balancing, just use the wall for support. And you might want to use some blocks as well. So have the blocks beside your knees, stretching the left leg forward, hands on the blocks on the highest position. You might want to move the block to where it feels comfortable for you so that your balance is not compromised. Stretching the left leg out, just keeping the body in a straight diagonal position. Inhaling, and as you exhale, direct the breath towards your left hamstrings. And stay here for 5 breaths. Now you have an option to lift the left foot up. This will provide a deeper stretch on the insides of the hamstrings, but you might want to also keep the sole of the feet down on the mat, and this will exercise the arch of the left foot. So you have 2 options here. You might want to stay here for maximum hamstring stretch, or stretch your arch of the foot. Whatever feels good for you today. This one's good for me. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, maybe try to lower the body down. As you lower the body down, it provides more stretch to your hamstrings. But you can stay wherever you are, what feels good for your body today. And come back up. This time, moving the left knee back. And you inhale, lifting the right leg out, stretching it out in front of you. Keeping the hips, both hip points are facing forward. Again, using the blocks for support. If you had your sole on the mat, do so as well on this side. But if you lifted your heels up, balls of the feet up, do it again on this side. So I'll have mine lifted like this. It gives more stretch to my hamstrings. Usually my right hamstring is shorter than my left. And stay for 3 more breaths. And again, with every exhale, you might want to lower your body down. It provides more stretch. But always stay within the bounds of what feels good to your body. Keeping the body straight and diagonal.
last breath. And then release, pushing back up from all fours, pushing the hips up, lifting the hips, lifting the knees, pushing the hips back up. Maybe tiptoe first, and if you can, moving the heel down. Stay here for 3 more breaths. And on your next inhale, look forward, stepping the right foot in between the hands, dropping the left knee down, looking forward. Your right knee is just along the side of your arms. We're going to come to our lizard pose. So you can stay here, or if you want a little bit of a challenge, tuck the left toe in, and lift the left knee up off the mat for lizard pose. Remember to keep the right knee facing in front and don't allow it to splay to the right side, pushing the floor strongly away. Don't bend your head forward, just look at a point across you. Now if you want further stretch, you can come down to your elbows on your forearms for your lizard pose. Remember to keep hugging the knee, the right knee in, and stretching the body forward. Look at about 1.5 foot across you. Stay for 2 more breaths. Doing good. And come back up. And lower the left knee down. On your inhale, shifting the right knee back. So let's come back to our tabletop position. And inhaling, exhaling, back to downward dog. Lifting the hips up. Stay here for 3 breaths. And on your next inhale, stepping the left foot in between the hands, right knee back down, extending the toes, metatarsals down, and then shifting the hands to the inside and keeping the left knee along the sides of the arms. Now let's go for lizard pose. You can stay here again, or if you want more challenge, you can tuck the right toe in, lifting the right kneecap up, looking forward. Now if you stayed here on the other side, you should stay here as well. Or if you want to go down on your forearms, so elbows down, forearms down, hugging the left knee in, looking at the 1.5 foot across you. Stay here for 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling and exhaling. And lower the right knee down, pushing the floor away, shifting your weight back, moving the left knee back, come back to tabletop position. One big inhale here, and as you exhale, pushing the floor away to downward dog. Maybe swaying your hips side to side. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And back on our all fours. Now shift the legs forward. And let's come to our supine position. Lowering the body down the mat. And let's do a little bit of hip circles. So extending both legs forward. Lifting the left leg up. Knee on a 90-degree position. And then exhaling, opening the left leg to the side, keeping that square, that leg in L position. And then move moving it in a circular manner, extending the left leg, and then repeating the same sequence again, lifting the leg in 90-degree position, opening to the left side, and extending the leg to the side and closing it to the center, and again lifting the leg 90-degree position, open it to the left side, extending diagonally to the side, and then closing the legs together at the center. One more time, inhaling and exhaling as you open, inhaling and exhaling. Once again, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling, extending diagonally, and exhaling, closing the legs together. Now let's do this again. Hip circles on the other side. Inhale, lifting the right leg 90-degree position. Exhale as you lower it, opening it to the sides. Inhale as you stretch it towards diagonally on the side, and exhale as you close the legs together. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale as you stretch diagonally, exhale as you close. And again, inhaling, lifting the leg, exhale, opening to the right side. Inhale, extending diagonally, and exhale, closing it. One last time on your own. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now let's come to our bridge pose. Knees bent. Move the heels closer to your body. Make sure you can touch your ankles. Hold on to your ankles. Keep the knees in parallel position, so don't allow them to splay away from each other. So close to this position. Maybe let's get a block and put it in between the thighs. And keep hugging the block in. And then as we inhale, lifting the body a little bit up, just a little bit, few inches high, away from the floor. Then shimmy your shoulders together so it creates a stable base. Don't move your head around, just listen to my cue. Just look to the ceiling, keeping space between your chin and your chest. And then inhaling further, lift the body up. So feel that your elbows are pressing away from the floor. Your shoulders are making a good support for your front body. Keeping the chin away from the chest. The belly is moving upwards. Keep hugging the block. 2 breaths here. And exhale as you slowly lower down the body back on the mat. And remove the block. And lift your legs again, shin parallel to the floor, legs at a 90-degree angle. Keep breathing here, strengthening the core. 2 more breaths. And keep the lower back close to the mat. And release the soles of the feet down. And then shift the body a little bit just to the left side, and slowly drop the knees to the right side, extending your left arm to the right side, to the left side, looking towards the left side, giving your body a lovely yummy twist. One more breath in. Come back to center. Stretching the right arm out to the right side. Now this time, shift the body a little bit to the right side, and then as you exhale, dropping both knees to the left side. Then turn your head to look towards the right side. 3 breaths here. Come back to center. Making sure that both shoulders are in contact with the mat. Extend both legs forward away from you and let them both drop to the sides, keeping the arms and palms facing up the ceiling and relaxing for Shavasana. With every breath, scan the rest of your body, consciously mapping out the difference that this practice has made to your body. Maybe identify what else is sore, what else needs more work. Let the body simmer in the good stretch, the space that we have created. And just relax, feeling your eyeballs dropping to the sockets, facial muscles relaxing, tongue dropping to the back of the mouth, throat is relaxed. Release the tension that your shoulders are holding up for you. Feeling your legs getting heavy. Just totally let go. Slowly bring your awareness back into the room by wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, and with your inhale, turn to your right side, using your arm as a pillow. On the next inhale, pushing yourself back up to seated pose. Still keeping your eyes closed. Inhaling, rolling your shoulders up, back and down. And again, inhaling, shrugging the shoulders up, rolling it back and down. Hands to prayer position at the center of the heart. Dipping your chin close to your chest. Rubbing the palms together, creating heat in between the palms. And transfer the heat of the base of the palms to your eye sockets, pressing against your eyes. Maybe massaging the temples of your face, your head, massaging your cheekbones, away from the face, and to the ears, jawbones, drawing a line from the tip of your chin along your jawbones and to your ears, and massaging your neck. And again, coming back up to your eye sockets, moving your palms, base of the palms to your head and around your face, and palms back to the center, prayer position. Slowly blink your eyes, looking down at your mat or on the floor. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I hope you had a good stretch and be ready for the next cycling activity. I honor your presence. Namaste.